Leopards target the neck, killing in one swift blow. Crocs grab the face and drag their prey underwater, where death rolls finish them off. Sharks attack from below, delivering a massive strike and leaving their prey to bleed out. But what about dinosaurs? How did they kill? And did they even kill, or were they purely scavengers? This debate has raged for decades, across just about every carnivorous species. A recent study by Dr. Taya Weinberg-Hensler and Dr. John Scanella examined the remains of an Edmontosaurus discovered back in 2005. Embedded in its snout, they found a single tooth lodged in the nasal bone, and from that one tooth, they were able to determine the species responsible and whether the Edmontosaurus had been actively hunted or scavenged. The findings give us a remarkable window into how one of Earth's most famous predators killed over 66 million years ago. So let's talk about what teeth can tell us. If you bite hard enough into bone, you leave marks, pits, grooves, and scratches. These marks can tell researchers about feeding behavior and predation trends, but identifying exactly which carnivore left a mark is extremely difficult. What's more reliable is when the predator leaves a tooth behind. An embedded tooth can identify the predator down to the family level, sometimes even the species, and the position and angle of the tooth can reveal how the bite was delivered, from above, below, or the side. Finding embedded teeth is rare, but that's exactly what turned up in the Hell Creek Formation. This is a large geological expanse of interbedded sandstone and mudstones in Montana and surrounding regions, dating to the late Mesozoic. It's produced some of the most iconic dinosaur fossils ever found, including Tyrannosaurus, Triceratops, and Edmontosaurus. The specimen in question, MOR 1627, was recovered from Dawson County in 2005. It's a nearly complete articulated Edmontosaurus skull in exquisite condition. Edmontosaurus was a duck-billed dinosaur that lived during the late Cretaceous around 76 to 66 million years ago, reaching lengths of up to 12 meters. MOR 1627 was special as, lodged within its nasal bone, was a theropod tooth. To figure out what left that tooth and how it got there, the researchers CT scanned the entire skull. The tooth had pierced through the top of the nasal bone on the left side, with its tip poking through the nostril opening. On top of that, 23 additional bite marks were found across the skull, 9 on the left and 14 on the right-hand side, appearing as small pits, grooves, and scratches. Based on its size and shape, the tooth was identified as belonging to a non-avian theropod, ruling out crocodilians and pterosaurs. The Hell Creek Formation hosts a number of theropod candidates that could have left behind this tooth, including Dakotaraptor, Archaeoraptor, Troodon, Nanotyrannus, and Tyrannosaurus. The tooth was too small to belong to raptors like Dakotaraptor, and it lacked the distinctive hooked serrations of Troodon. One by one, various dinosaurs were ruled out, leaving behind only 2 candidates, Nanotyrannus or T-Rex. As it turned out, the tooth belonged to Tyrannosaurus. The size, morphology, and serrations of the tooth all pointed to the much larger Tyrannosaurus rather than the comparatively small Nanotyrannus. Using the serrations as a proxy for body size, the researchers estimated that Tyrannosaurus had a skull roughly 86 centimeters to 1.1 meters long, putting its body weight somewhere between 1,800 and 6,100 kilograms. The next question the researchers wanted to answer was this predation or scavenging? Most known examples of Tyrannosaurus bites on hadrosaurs are found on tails, likely from failed attempts at catching a fleeing animal. But bites to the head tell a different story. It's been proposed that Tyrannosaurus may have hunted similarly to modern canids, biting the snout to suffocate its victims. Wolves use this technique to restrain prey, while others deliver the killing blow. Meanwhile, crocodilians grab the snout to drag their prey underwater where they suffocate. Several lines of evidence point to active predation of this Edmontosaurus. First of all, the Edmontosaurus showed no signs of healing, meaning the bite occurred at or near the time of death. Second, the Tyrannosaurus bit with such force that a tooth snapped off and embedded itself within the bone, which would be unlikely for a scavenging event. Third, the head is a strange target for a scavenger. It carries very little flesh and is covered in tough, keratinized skin. Modern carnivores almost always go for the soft, nutrient-rich organs and belly first, often leaving the skull completely untouched, even through multiple rounds of scavenging. Additionally, Edmontosaurus had a relatively small brain, so cracking the skull open would have been a lot of effort for very little reward. Finally, the angle of the embedded tooth tells us that both animals were facing each other at the time of the attack. While technically possible during scavenging, it would have been an incredibly awkward position. So here's the scenario the researchers propose. The Tyrannosaurus was actively hunting the Edmontosaurus. The two ended up face to face. The Tyrannosaurus seized the moment and delivered a devastating bite to the snout, snapping off a tooth in the process. The Edmontosaurus either died from the bite or shortly after. The Tyrannosaurus then likely fed on the carcass over an extended period, consuming flesh and organs, scattering the postcranial bones, and eventually losing interest, leaving the skull in relative peace. MOR 1627 gives us a rare and detailed look at predator-prey interactions 66 million years ago, and suggests that Tyrannosaurus actively hunted Edmontosaurus using face-to-face bites to subdue or kill. This was Archaeology Chaos. If this video was your cup of tea, why not like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to never miss a video.